Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Robert Kelly, a.k.a. The Dude, a.k.a. The King of Zoom. Thanks for checking out the Calter and Kelly YouTube page. We hope you like what we're putting up there. Make sure you go to patreon.com/Robert Kelly and sign up over there, because every week we put a show, an extra show. Friday show, only Patreon. And we also have the J.O. party on Saturday night, only Patreon. That means you, all the fans, get to come into a Zoom and hang out with us and all the other ladybugs. And it's a blast. So we also let you watch all the shows live. YKWD live, all the Calter and Kelly's live, unedited, all go on the Patreon. And you also get the 10-minute extra YKWD every week goes on there, along with Live from the Shed, one-on-ones, Tech Talk with Bobby and Friends. There's so much content up there. And you know what? It's all for what? A price of a cup of coffee. $5 gets you in the door. And you're going to love it. So make sure you go over there, patreon.com/Robert Kelly. And here's another little thing I want you to do. If you like this content we're putting up, subscribe and like. That's it. Just hit the little button, subscribe, so you know when we got a new show out, and then like it so we know you like what we're doing. Okay? That's it. Patreon.com/Robert Kelly. Subscribe and like. Now, enjoy the show.
Are you ready to downsize? At Tiny Homes of Maine, our team works together to design and construct any custom mobile space unique to you, all while working within your budget. Contact us today at tinyhomesofmaine.com. We're committed to you.
Yeah, baby. We're starting the podcast right now. We're back. You know what, dude? Live. Welcome, everybody, to the show. YKWD. I started social media and podcasting. The fact. The YKWD podcast. YKWD's back again. Old school, back in the day, where it all started. Before them all. YKWD's podcast is so fun and crazy. It has no rules. Shut up. You're ruining this. Where's the propaganda, man? Sorry, it's a comedy podcast. This isn't NPR. That's what this podcast does. Is there any better show? This is the original. Yeah. You know what, dude, is back? Today is a fucking great day. I'm very excited for my guest today. We haven't had him on in probably 17 years. And there is a reason for it. Oh. And he forgot. There's a reason why Godfrey hasn't been on my show.
Why?
Godfrey, first of all, one of my longest friends. I mean, we've been friends. Probably I would consider Godfrey in my class. Everybody says that I'm in Voss and Norton and Treeses.
Well, you, Norton. That's our class. I
think Norton was above us, though. It was me, you, Corielli. Who else? Lenny,
Lenny
Artie.
Artie Fuqua.
You know what I mean? We were on that one year or 2 years beneath them, because they had got to the city before us.
Right.
And then we came to the city and we started taking over.
Ooh,
man. We used to I'm talking every night, all night.
Yo.
We were doing every single night. When people talk about 10,000 hours, that never really made. I was like 10,000 hours up, right. Blah blah blah. And then if you look back on what we did, back from 1997, till last year,
yeah,
we were at the Comedy Cellar, the Boston Comedy in New York City, on the same block, for over 10,000 hours.
Yeah, and I remember I counted, like sometimes we would. Because me and Bobby would do this. We'd always go. We'd have a wad of cash, and we would compare our cash, and we'd be like, shabab, 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 shabab. Sometimes he'd have more than me. Sometimes I'd have more than him. But we would do on the weekend between 8 to 10 spots a night. We'd run uptown, downtown, 8 to 10 spots a night. That's the weekend. And you're not counting the 4 to 5 times a night on the weekday. So we were doing about 30 to 40 sets a week.
Wild.
And me and Godfrey, we were closing all these fucking things. Like it was either him or me. Him or me. I mean, I'm talking at the Cellar at 3 in the morning in front of 7 fucked up people. And it was either him or me closing that shit up. That was a 1:45 spot, but everybody went a tick over. Everybody went 5 minutes over, 6 minutes over. And by the time it got to that last spot, it was an hour and a half late.
But the weekend when it was packed, it was either me or you again. Me
and you every show. Yeah.
Me or you. And then Bobby would murder. It was just, we had to go back and forth and the lineups were great. Then I was the host at that time. I hosted for 5 years straight. I was
hosting too.
Right. You were hosting. Remember we had to carry the receipts and pay. We had to pay, carry the receipts. And the show went from 9 to like 3 in the morning straight. There was not breakup of shows. It was just, you did hours of comedy. And it was that. And I remember
Godfrey, when I used to host, I remember Godfrey, if you went up last on the show during the week, you weren't getting off. You weren't like, I always got like, well, here's my time, I'm off. You were like, fuck that. Nope. And I would have to I lit your money on fire a couple times. You remember that? I would give you the 2 and you'd be like, this is Godfrey. This is Godfrey. Boom. He'd be killing, 6 or 7 people, maybe 20 people. Okay. Very small crowd, murdering. End of the night, middle of the fight. It was the next day. And he's up there. I'm like this. I'm waiting for Godfrey. I'm like, I just want to get the fuck out. I got some chick waiting. I want to go get some food. And Godfrey's still. And then I look at him. He'd be like, oh, my bag. And I'd be like, dude, that's the 3rd fucking and then all of a sudden I just take his money and I'd light it on fire.
I go, good night.
Gotta go.
Yeah, you're like, I gotta go. See you later. And just take the fuck off.
Oh, you guys be great, man. The light right now.
I remember one night. But the last time, I mean, every fucking night. I told you, remember the time you hit a homeless dude with your car?
I don't remember. I still don't remember.
Dude, listen, this is the fucking greatest, one of the greatest New York stories. Just those little things. Why do you move to New York? Because Godfrey hit somebody with his car. That's why. People don't understand. We would do comedy and then we'd go out.
Yes.
We would go places and be funny for 3 more hours, like trying to hook up with a chick or hanging out with each other at a diner or getting food. And we'd be just going and going. And then I was with this girl. I used to date this girl, really cute Jewish girl, lived across the street from the Cellar, which was awesome for me.
Location. Good Lord.
Oh, I mean, when you're, and we would fool around. We weren't like, we would just fuck around. Like, so I would, in between spots, I'd get to go over there and fool around, chill the fuck out. And then after the last spot, I'd just go over there and we'd fuck around and, whatever. And I remember I was with her and we fucked around and we got up, and I don't like staying over girls' houses. I don't like waking up the next day.
You're like me. Fuck that.
There's like something Batman. About that.
I go through the window.
Yeah, it's like, dude, I'll stay as soon as I hear a bird.
Yeah, I'm out. That's our alarm clock. That's a whore's alarm clock.
Yeah, I hear a garbage truck and a bird. Yeah. I'm I was like, listen, I gotta go. Right on the forehead.
And then I would always go, got an audition. No one's arguing with me. Yo, got an audition at 6 a.m.
But it's Sunday. It's Sunday. They do auditions.
But they got auditions, weekend auditions.
Every day. I
don't want you to. I got to make it, baby. I got to make it.
But I remember I was outside. Me and her went. I was like, let's get some coffee. I was taking off. The bird. I mean, dude, the sun's coming up. The birds were chirping. We're sitting down on a little tiny, like barely keep our asses on this little stoop of some restaurant. And we had coffee. And I seen you come down. You got a little fucking shitty Honda Civic. It was like a little two-door.
Geostorm.
Oh, Geostorm. Right. All right. So you coming down in this car. It was green, like lime green,
Yeah, it
right?
was horrible.
Right? And I remember
it was like a teal weird. I got it from Chicago. I drove it from Chicago to New York.
Right. And you were like one of the only dudes with a car.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I remember I see your car, and you could tell it's your car because nobody had that little lime green fucking thing. And I see you like, dude, you were exhausted and you were driving down the street, and I started laughing because I know you were just doing the same shit I was doing somewhere else in the neighborhood, right? And I had just left you hours ago at the cellar, and I was just sitting there like, and I went, Godfrey, and you went, and you stopped, and you had your head was like leaning on the you were like, yo, what? You smiled like, yeah, and you backed up, and you didn't look, and you hit some homeless dude. You bumped him, and he fell. You just went, oh, my bad. Oh shit! Back in the day when you could hit a homeless guy and not go to jail, right?
Because anyway, the homeless dude got 4 coats on, so he's cushioned. He's cushioned. He like this. That's all right. You got $1.
Oh shit, dude! I remember. I mean, one night. I remember. This is the funniest story. I said to you, I go, listen, I got these girls coming. There's 5 of them. I go
5.
Well, 5.
Yeah, we used to have,
Rock and roll.
You don't understand what we used to do. Oh man,
I don't want to know. I don't even want to know.
Go ahead. You will though.
I know.
Godfrey's like, shut your fucking
Shut up.
Keep
Shut up.
trapping. Yup. Your pie hole. Keep it.
So Godfrey, I says to Godfrey, first of all, Godfrey's a fucking Adonis. You know what I mean? Godfrey's fucking shredded. I mean, with a t-shirt on, you can see his abs, right?
Well,
And I was sexy Bobby at the time.
oh, you were the shit.
I was sexy Bobby at the time.
Looking motherfucker.
Right? And I remember, but you were still Godfrey. There's so many fucking stories I have. I remember I was dating this girl. I'm gonna switch off. I'll go back to that story. But I was dating this girl, and I seen Godfrey, and she was smoking hot. And Godfrey was like, "Yo, what's up?" And Godfrey would be like, "Hey," and I was like, "Ah, motherfucker." And I went on stage, and I come outside, and she's giving him her number. And I walked up to him. I go, "Fuck you, you piece of shit. Now she's yours. I'm out. She's your responsibility. I'm out." We were supposed to go to dinner and shit. I was taking her out to dinner. I said, "She's yours," and I walked the fuck away. And you were like, "Yo, but dude,
I didn't
what?"
know. I just saw her. I was like, "Hey."
You fuck you. So I remember the next time I had these girls come down. I had 5 girls come down. I go, "Listen, there's one I want. I don't care. You can pick the other 4 all game, whatever you want. But the one I want," I go, "if you fucking step on any of my stories, I'm going to kill you. If you fucking try to talk over me and try to get in, I'm going to kill you." And so you go, okay, I'm good. And we go downstairs to the Bag It In, and we get that front booth with the windows,
Right.
and we sit down with all these girls. And I remember I was like, "Yeah, this one time," and I was going, and you went, yeah, that was, and I kicked you in the shin, and you went, "Oh shit." And they were like, "What's wrong?" And you were like, "Nothing." And then you started talking to the girl, and I kicked you again, and you were like, "All right, yeah." And you stopped talking to her. Remember that? And then
I
took
don't
the girl.
remember. You remember?
Oh, dude. It was so many times. So many fucking times, man.
Because I used to go, at the Cellar, I used to go over to the Hayden, over to the NYU dorm, because I was seeing girls over there. I would just go over there with those hateful security guards. They'd be like, "Yeah, let me see some ID." I was like, "Quit being upset. Let me go through, buddy. I'm about to fucking, I brought Alan Havey with me to a dorm room.
He's 85.
Well, he was 65 at this time.
He was in Mad Men.
No, I know.
What? What the fuck?
No, Alan Havey just came with me because this girl I wanted to, and so I said, yo, let's just go. And there were two girls, and we went, and Alan just kind of talked to the other girl, and I took the other girl in the bathroom, and Alan was just talking to his chick while I was speaking.
What was he talking about? Life? Like telling her not to get credit card debt?
He's like, if you were my daughter, I'd break up this guy's fucking up. But yeah, Alan Havey came with me to the dorms.
Ah, shit. Dude, I mean, we were fucking. Remember there was a coffee shop across the street open 24 hours.
Hell, it was called. Oh my God, I had it on the top of my tongue. Fuck, I was just talking about it the other day. Damn, forgot. It's Israeli owned. Joy.
Israeli guy. It was open 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
They had coffee and we would go to the Cellar.
Yep.
Hang out all night, do all our shows. The last show would be at the Cellar.
Yep.
And then we'd go over there with whoever we were going to hang with.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And we'd sit over there, because coffee was cheap as shit.
Yep.
Because we didn't want to take girls for drinks.
Nope.
Because that was like $100 night. Like
fuck that.
We went to the diner. That's like 50. We had no money.
Right.
We had money, but we didn't want to spend
we
that
ain't
shit.
spending our shit on them. Fuck that.
Well, we just wanted to run it cheap, and we would go over to the coffee shop and get them a muffin and a latte.
Right.
and spend all night long in that little fucking thing.
Yeah.
That little coffee shop. And the Israeli dude owned it was cool as shit.
Yeah.
And then I remember he used to let me go downstairs.
Wow. Really?
He had the office downstairs. I remember one of the girls that was doing she was the dental assistant. Her and the dentist came and see me one night. And she took me, we were over at that place, and she goes, "Do you have a place to go?" I go, "Yeah." I told whatever his name was. I forget his name, Ari or whatever. And I was like, "Yo, man." He goes, "Go down to my office downstairs. Just go downstairs." And I went downstairs, and I was on his desk messing around with this chick.
It's fucking awesome. I remember going into the cellar. There's a little door in the cellar.
Oh, dude, listen to me.
Little closet. I brought this Cuban.
Dude.
And right before my set, I'm like hitting this girl in the closet. Like, oh shit, they're calling my name.
Dude, that door. People don't know about that door. The key's gone.
The key's gone. That was the magic door. Whoa.
There's a door. No one knows it exists. When you go down the cellar stairs and right to the right.
Oh.
No, you don't know it's there. There used to be a chain with a key on it.
Yo,
and me, you, God, Sherrod, who else? I mean, there was a handful of us that used that as our little secret apartment during this, dude. If I would love to go over there with a black light and just see.
Oh fuck!
I mean, there should be a documentary on that.
On that
room, that fucking dark dungeon. We used to go in there in between shows, and I remember like coming down the stairs and seeing you come out of there with like an 11, just a dirty fucking room. There was no lights. Remember, there was that one little light like down on the floor. Oh shit!
Oh,
why'd he die? You think? Oh, there you go.
Yo, but it was something about sneaking. That girls, people like that. Sometimes it's adventurous. Like, let's go in here. Hell yeah.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. It wasn't like. It was definitely consensual, crazy sex. Back in the day, man. I mean, girls. I mean, we would have so much fun. We would have a lot. I mean, it was like the 60s.
I mean, when Artie came around.
Oh boy.
When Artie came around, you talk about a guy that knows women. I mean, that was the first time I really started. I was dating model chicks because he knew all the models. Like we would go to party. He knew all the big DJs. I mean, I met DiCaprio through him. I met Buster. So it was like I was around model chicks now. Now I'm like, fuck. Yeah. And Artie, we would bring girls and have them at the top, and we would have them at the show. So they were at the top. So at the same time, we're savage.
Wait a minute, dude. I remember one night, I think I bowed to you. You had a chick at a table eating food. You had a chick out front on the stoop, and you had a girl in the showroom. And I remember you changed up when you started hanging with when at first you were dating like regular chicks, and then when you started going to these these whatever parties and clubs with Artie, you started dating like these chicks were like 8 feet tall with a fishbowl on their head, would come down and say, "Hello, where's Godfrey? Is Godfrey here? I'm looking for Godfrey." And it's like, what the fuck is that?
It was when I started getting a lot of foreign women, because I remember I had this. There was 2 Italian girls. They were twins, and they both liked me. And it was Simona and Sarah. Sarah and Simona. I remember, and Canu, that was their name. They ended up both hating me, but I was dating her. She didn't know English that well, but she was always angry. She would always come and say, "Where is Godfrey? I'm looking for God." She always just, and I remember being with her, and everyone's like, "Damn, who's that chick you with?" I said, "That's Sarah. She was mean and a motherfucker." And I'd be like, and I remember this girl came up to me. She goes, "Hey, Godfrey, what's up?" And Sarah's like, "My name is Sarah. I'm Godfrey." And I remember she goes, "Where are you from?" "I'm from Roma, Italian." And she goes, and the girl goes, "I'm Italian too." "No, you're not a real Italian. You're American." "No, try." That shit was so funny. She goes, "You're not real. You don't speak Italian."
You could always tell who Godfrey was dating by the language he was trying to learn.
Yeah,
Godfrey, Godfrey would come down and be like, "Arigato. You bang a Japanese chick? Hey."
Because I had a Japanese one that I met in front of the Cellar during Halloween, because my friend who's Japanese American, they all dressed up in kimonos. And I was like, wow, this is dope. And I saw her friend. I said, "Damn, who's your friend?" Her name was Hiromi, and she didn't know any English, but she liked me. And I was like, she had an attitude with me, and she didn't know any English. I said, "Yo, you tell your friend." And then she ended up coming to the show the next day, and I started messing around with her, and she was a fashion designer.
Yeah.
I was like, and I remember Esty. You know, Esty was mean. Esty was like,
"Oh yeah."
She goes, and you know, Esty was a hot chick when she was young. So
Esty was hot when she was old.
Yeah.
Esty was very protective of me, like us, her boys.
Yeah.
If we brought girls around, she was like, she put them through the test.
She would test them, and she goes, "Godfrey, I want to tell you, you have taste in women. You have the best taste in women. You have the best taste." Because there was a Swedish girl I brought.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Yo, where the fuck is she from?" Because I met her when I was in Sweden. I said, I remember her name. Her name was Ellen Strängström. She was like Ellen Strängström from Sweden. And they were like, "Motherfucker, that ain't a regular white girl, man." God damn. I was like, and she wasn't even blonde. She was brown hair. Because I'm not.
You know what's funny is I know when you switched up your game, because me and you were kind of just the girls that would come to the club. Yeah. But then, like you said, all of a sudden these girls would come. "Where is Godfrey?" Godfrey. We were like, "Who the fuck?" Right? You switched up your game and started getting real, like, not of this world chicks. And I remember me and Keith one night, we kind of had to bow out because me and Keith were outside talking to these 2 girls, and they were smoking hot. Regular girls, probably from Long Island somewhere. We were just Jersey, and we were talking, and we were making them laugh. And then all of a sudden, we felt like a presence, like something was watching us. And we were like, what the fuck? And we looked, and you were on a tree. You were leaning on a tree by the Cellar. Artie was over by Mamoon's and Dove Davidoff, and you guys were all looking at me and Keith like little young lions, like little looking at us like, "We're coming." And I remember me and Keith started going, "Hey, listen, we gotta go. What's your number? You got a number? Now you know what? Just hey, look me up. I'm on MySpace. Just." Yeah, we like ran away because and then you guys both, all 3 of you guys just moved in and just started, and they with their eyes lit up like, "Oh, who are these guys?" I
remember when I showed you and Patrice the footage from Brazil?
No.
I showed you, because I can come from Brazil because I was at Carnival for 2 weeks.
Oh,
and then I came back and I showed you these girls doing samba in my apartment, in the apartment we rented. These fucking smoking ass Brazilian girls, and I was like, "Man, it's not like a big deal. It's the Carnival. Everybody gets them."
Carnival,
but it's and they were dancing, and y'all were like, "Oh my!" I said, And then I think you guys went to Brazil 800 times after that. You guys went way more than I did. I just went there one time. After
because
you got that footage, you guys were like, "Oh shit!"
And you went to Brazil when you're supposed to go to Brazil. We went to Brazil like on President's Day weekend. Like we were just fucked up motherfuckers just in Brazil.
You went with Patrice, yeah?
I went with Patrice twice. And it's funny too, because I wanted to ask you about him. And we do an extra 10 at the end for anybody watching. At the end, I will talk about why you haven't been on my podcast for 16 years. There's a reason. So at the end of it, I'm going to reveal to everybody why. Oh yeah, there's a reason.
Okay.
Oh yeah. There's a fucking hot reason. But anyways. So you have to be a Patreon member to get this one. Listen, I remember me and Patrice, they're coming up with the documentary this week, by the way.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, I saw it. They sent me a version. Don't watch the first airing, by the way. The first airing on Comedy Central is going to be a fucking fucked up edited version because they didn't want to bump The Office.
Oh God.
So I'm being told to tell people to watch it on the.
We don't want to bump The Office. That's in reruns.
Well, look, man, Comedy Central's dying, and the only thing they got is The Office.
That's their fault. They fucked that up. Sorry.
What are you gonna do, dude? I mean, they're hanging on with The Office.
Comedy Central. Listen, when there was what was her name? I don't know if it was Lauren Great. She was fantastic. That's when I did Premium Blend. I Comics Come Home. I did, my half hour Comedy Central special. That's when Comedy Central was like, they got it. They understood. And then all of a sudden something just happened. Like, God damn, I don't know what happened.
It's Viacom, dude.
Oh,
it's Viacom. It's what happened with MTV, VH1, it's just Viacom.
What a shame.
But anyways, they did do Comedy Central did step up for the Patrice documentary. Yeah. So I got to give them credit for that. They really did. And the documentary is amazing. But the first airing, every airing after that will be the full documentary in its entirety, the way Mike Bonfiglio and Burr, the way he edited it. So, and it'll be on digital platform that night, the full version. I wish I would have been able to talk about. I wish I would have been able to be on that shit. Damn. Well, but you and Patrice, like, you guys were fucking close too. Yeah, very. Yeah. I mean, it was Keith, you, Artie, me, Norton, Voss, Patrice, Burr. Yeah, damn right. At that club every fucking night. Little Kev. Yeah. Right? Little Kev was there. Yep. We're there rolling dice, hanging out, meeting girls, fucking making each other laugh, being mean to each other, busting balls. It was so great to have Patrice, because when you walked in to the Cellar, it was like that lane towards to Death Valley. It's that lane towards the comics table, and Patrice would be sitting there like Jabba the Hutt, just waiting on people, just fucking waiting on people, and he'd be like, and as soon as you walked in, hey, African, come here. You're like, God damn it. And I remember, but when Patrice fucking talked about you, I mean, he fucks with you. It means he likes you. When he fucked with you, the people he didn't fuck with, he doesn't like you if he doesn't say something about you. And I remember when Steve Byrne got upset at Patrice, he just got sensitive. I go, Steve, he's fucking joking, bro. Like, they got mad. Oh, Patrice was, and then it's so funny when Patrice is gone, everyone's like, no, he was like, oh no, you never liked him. You were, I'm not calling out Steve Byrne, but I remember when they were sensitive. I go, oh, now you're liking him posthumously? Get the fuck out of here. You were crying when he was fucking with you. I mean, look, I definitely understand him getting, he got to me a couple times and I called him up. I mean, dude, we yelled in a car. I yelled at him in a car a couple times. I mean, but that was different. We screamed at each other in Brazil. Yeah. Like, I'm talking at the top of our lungs, where Patrice turned around and, Bobby, shut the fuck up, you pussy fucking bitch. And I was like, me, shut the fuck up. I mean, dude, we fought like that a few times.
But that's like honesty, though. I'm just talking about people who just are seething and don't say anything. But you were always vocal. You're always vocal. You've always,
and that's why I'm in a shed today.
Come here, no, motherfucker. But at least I
think it was more audible
Bobby,
than that.
I said one thing about Robert Kelly: he was never phony. He'll tell you to your face how he feels, and that's what. But that's what made.
Can I say something about that though?
Yeah,
is that is probably detrimental to my career, because I believe, and people look at man. People don't want you to be in their face. People don't want you to tell them how it is. People don't want guys like you do, guys like Patrice, guys that, we do. Let's have it out. Let's fight. Let's But I'm telling you, a lot of guys, you do that shit and you get labeled as one of those motherfuckers. Yeah. And that's Patrice was labeled as difficult. That's labeled as difficult.
Yeah. Because you're being honest.
Because you're being honest. But because people would rather just be like, you said you were going to call me and you didn't fucking call me. You said you were going to do this and oh no, I got and then they go back. Oh, this fucking guy, what the fuck? What an asshole. He confronted me on being a lying, phony piece of shit. Who does that? Who the fuck? I don't know. Why would he do that? Oh, we gotta make sure he doesn't get fucking anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. They were like this, the character of Sam, we're going in a different direction, Bobby. And you're like, oh, really? And you go, just because. But I guess I'm another person. Let's be real, Robert. We were always killers on stage, but it's like our careers have always been. We've been consistent at least, but no one's ever been like, let's go get that guy.
It's funny. It's funny to me for you because you're you're so fucking talented. You're so funny. You're such a good-looking guy. I mean, you're the package. I mean, I'm not saying that, no homo. I'm not trying. I mean, I think you're sexy, and I'd fool around with you if you wanted to.
Wait.
I'm kidding. I would. I'm from Boston. I would never do that.
Yeah. Okay.
But hey, how's your comforter looking these days? A lot like you feel. Maybe a little lumpy, maybe a little deflated. No longer has the same fluff it used to. It's time for a refresh with Brooklinen. Brooklinen creates beautiful, high-quality bedding and home essentials. They work directly with manufacturers to give you a fair price. No middleman, no markups. Their comforters come in lightweight, all-season, ultra-warm to suit every type of sleeper and lifestyle. There's even a weighted comforter. Ooh, I love that. It's like a hug. Option for stress relief. My mom's got one, and it works. They also offer a variety of materials, including an eco-friendly recyclable down alternative, and Brooklinen comforters pair perfectly with their sheets, pillows, and duvet covers. There's a reason Brooklinen has over 75,000 five-star reviews and counting. I have it. I have the sheets. I have the towels. I just bought another pair of sheets. I bought Max a towel. The towels are so plush and comfortable. The sheets are so amazingly cool and soft and warm at the same time. I don't know how they do it. If you don't think I'm getting one of these comforters, you're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. Look, treat yourself to the ultimate comfort with Brooklinen's Comforter Collection. Go to brooklinen.com and use promo code WHATDUDE to get $25 off with a minimum purchase of $100. That's brooklinen.com and enter promo code WHATDUDE for $25 off with a minimum purchase of $100. That's brooklinen.com, promo code WHATDUDE. What I'm saying is that it's like you really are. If I look at you, I'm like, this guy's got it all, and you can act. And I don't understand, like, what the fuck? What do they want? Like, what the fuck do you want?
Yo,
but now it makes me happy to see you. Like, you did your thing, and whatever opportunities came up for you came up. and you took them and you ran with them, and this went to that, this went to that, this went to that, and now you're on HBO, not on HBO, on Netflix, right?
Yes.
HBO on Netflix.
Netflix.
And Tiffany Haddish's show.
They ready. You know, she has a series. She did season 1. Now it's season 2. She picked me, Tony Woods, Dean Edwards, Aaron Jackson, Kimberly Clark, and Barbara Carlisle.
And every single one of those person deserves it.
Yeah.
Every single one of those people on that list. There's not one industry pick.
Right.
There's always an industry pick. There's always somebody that they're like, no, we need at least one. We need at least, can you just give, okay, you can have those 3 and we're going to have these 2 because we need, look at that. Yeah. Good for you. Look at Tony fucking Woods. Overdue.
Woods. Way overdue.
Right?
Way overdue.
I mean, look at good for her for picking these people. Good for Netflix for doing this show.
Tiffany is angelic, man. I can't even. Yeah. She's on some other level. And, you know, I've known Tiffany, you know, I used to be back and forth to LA. I think a lot of us were. I was bi-coastal actually for 7 years. I've known Tiffany since 2003 when she was driving a Geo. I think hers was a Geo something, a real shitty car. I used to give her money. I did a lot of things as far as like academically for her because she was, you know, she's in foster care kids. She was in the comedy camp at Laugh Factory because Jamie Masada kind of groomed her. And that's when I kind of met her. She was real young. And, you know, I just kind of took her under my wing. I tried to give her advice on shit, on academics is important. Reading is important. I literally did that. I didn't know Tiffany was going to be friends with Meryl Streep. I didn't know that. She literally dials Meryl Streep. I've seen her. She can call Meryl Streep and call Oprah and call. I've been on the phone with her where the Yankees are like on FaceTime with her. Like, hey, Tiff, you coming to the game? I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm wearing a Yankee shirt. She don't like baseball, but but that's her life now. But Tiffany is very, very grounded. She knows what she's been through. And I know what's funny is the stuff that the people that treated her like shit, who I know, are looking at her like, yo, Tiff, what's going on, man? Da, da, da. But Tiffany has reversed everything. She treats everybody with kindness. She goes, I'm not going to use my bitterness towards anybody. And I remember when she used to always say, when I get to a certain level, and this is when she didn't have no fucking money, nothing. She goes, I'm going to help. All she talked about was helping. Not, I'm going to buy this house. She goes, I'm going to help foster children. I'm going to help people, comedians that people overlook. I'm going to help Black female comics. I'm going to help other female comics. She just talked about helping people all the motherfucking time. And as soon as she got into a position, remember, she's only been famous like maybe 4 or 5 years. As soon as she got juice, she took a pay cut to have us on the thing. She took a pay cut, bro.
What do you mean?
She was going to get offered a certain amount of money, but she wanted to double our money. So she took a pay cut to give us more money. I'm not even bullshitting you, dude. She's beyond.
But why wouldn't my question is, why wouldn't the network do that? Why wouldn't the network go, you know what? We got it.
No, because they probably just don't see us as, I mean, I'm just trying to, not to be mean, but they probably didn't give a fuck, And
so it's like, all right, it's like, all right, here's all this money. We're going to pay you a shitload of money. We're going to give them this money. And she's like, I'm just going to give them half my money.
She goes, yeah. It's like, and it was almost like when she told me, I mean, I was like, maybe they don't see us as, what are you going to do, man? You know what I'm saying? And there's so many, if I were, it's so funny because whenever I see specials on TV, if it ain't the main guys like the Chappelles and the Louis, I just go, oh, you want to do specials? Just come to the Cellar and just hand them out.
Yeah.
Just come to the Cellar.
Yeah.
There's Robert, there's Greer Barnes, there's me, I could just hand them out to the Cellar. Don't worry. Netflix the comedy will be here. You just give it to these cats at the Cellar. I guarantee you, people are gonna fuck with like Netflix comedy. I'm just proud to say that. I go pound for pound, and this is not putting down any of the comics. Pound for pound, I'm sorry. We got a fucking army.
Yeah.
Man, god damn. And a lot of them have passed. We had Geraldo and Patrice. Man.
I know. I know.
Yeah.
It's like we were dying. We were dying off. I feel like I had that theory that conspiracy theory that LA started taking our comics out. You know what I mean? They took out Patrice. They tried to take out Keith, but he wouldn't go because he's such a fucking cunty old man.
He's like, I'm not going nowhere.
Nah, I'm not. You ain't.
I don't give a damn if I have a stroke on both sides.
And then they took out Louis.
He's like, they're not going to do it. Stop it. Shut up. You're still here. I don't give a damn if my head falls off. I can screw it right back on.
They took us all out.
Mike DiStefano.
Oh my God.
Fucking, they just, I'm like, that's why, I'm an advocate of, I've always been the healthy guy. Could try. I've always been.
Yeah, me too.
Say,
fuck you laughing at?
You're just a funny guy. You're a funny guy. It's not the way you talk.
What the fuck? What do I amuse you? Do I fucking amuse you? I fucking make you what?
No, it's the way you talk. It's the way you said it. I just.
What am I fucking what? Because I ate pizza and fucking ragu? You think I'm a fucking funny guy?
No, it's the way you talk. I'm just saying you say things funny. I just like the way you. I think it's great though that makes me so happy when somebody takes their fame and their fortune and they sprinkle it on everybody else. Oh man.
And you know what I mean? Because I mean, a lot of people do that though. Adam Sandler does it. Louis did it. I mean, Colin does it. Everybody does that. I mean, Rogan does it for his guys.
Ooh, boy, he does. Man.
Bird does it. So it is amazing that comics, do that. I'm happy that she did it too, because this show, when I saw the lineup, I was like, fucking finally, especially for you. And I know Tony. I know the other people too, but I know you two. And for you and Tony to finally, it's like people say, who's funny? Look, man, I'm going to say their name, but you're not going to know who they are. You want me to say Richard Pryor or fucking Bill Burr, or you want me to say Dave Chappelle. I'm all the people I know that aren't on TV. I'm going to say Godfrey. If you see Godfrey, you're going to lose your shit. You're going to lose your shit. You see Tony Woods, one of the funniest people walking fucking planet Earth for 40 years, Tony Woods. Okay? I mean, and now that he's on, then you guys are on this show and people are going to finally see you. I hope that it finally pops you the fuck off where...
Yeah, you take it in stride and you go, we'll see what happens. We'll see. And I'm going to do my best to with social media, because my social media 3 years ago, I said, you know what? I'm going to get out of my own way and I'm going to really hit this social media hard. And I started getting with like younger Instagram stars and I started doing sketches with them. Then I was in sketches that were in the millions. I was like, whoa. And so now I had this new demographic. These kids are like, man, we saw you in that thing with that guy. And that I said, oh, shit. So I started doing it more and more and more. And then I just turned the camera to myself. And I said, well, now that I'm like kind of in the loop, I'm going to start doing my own shit because I'm already funny. So I started doing shit. And these kids think I'm their age. They don't even realize. They're like, what the fuck? I go, boom. So then I started building. I was at 8,000 followers about 4 years ago. I'm at 556,000 followers.
Yeah, nothing makes me more angry than that. Because I remember we were in Montreal, you motherfucker. We were in Montreal, and you didn't have shit. I remember we were doing, and then all of a sudden you said to me, you go, dude, I'm doing this new thing. And you said, let me do something with you right now. And we did this sketch, I don't know, some little thing back and forth about somebody. I forget what it was. It's probably on my Instagram. I think it was on your Instagram and mine. And you did it. I remember this shit popped off and all of a sudden your numbers started going crazy. And then this is one thing that you do, and I always check in at like 3 a.m. I don't know anybody who does this. At 3 a.m, you go live for 9 hours. And,
Bobby's gonna exaggerate. Go ahead.
I've come in and you're like this, huh? Yeah. Nope. Yep. I mean, you go live for hours, dude. You go on there, it goes on, and you have people on. It's like a mini talk show at like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I've been going live. I would think like about 2-3 years ago. Every time I'd be at the Cellar, I would just turn on my live shit. And I remember I would have 10 people watching, 20 people watching. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to let the numbers bother me. And I said, all right, let me just do it. Just did it. Then COVID hit. I said, okay, I'm going to do. And I haven't missed a live since COVID started, not one time.
Even what do you do it at certain nights, certain times?
I do it every single night, and I do it like 1 a.m. And I said I'm going to do it every single night, and I'm not going to stop during COVID. I'm going to just use this. And from there, I started going, Jay Farrell. One time we were doing, me and this guy, Affion Crockett. There's a lot of impersonators. You got Aries Spears, but people didn't realize I can do a lot of voices. Right. So, because I wasn't known for that, because I didn't want to be corny. I want to have material. So during COVID, Affion Crockett, we're going back and forth doing voices. So, you saw the Steve Harvey thing, right?
What?
Okay, the podcast I do at Gas Digital, okay?
Yes.
So we were talking about something with Derek Gaines and Monroe Martin, and I said something in a Steve Harvey voice.
Oh yeah. I think I heard about.
I said, "What y'all say? I'm gonna tear your ass right now." So I start doing that. That shit went viral. That shit was like 2-3 million, and everybody was like, "Dude, how the fuck you did Steve Harvey?" So I had Jay Farrell. Everybody was like, "Damn, dude, I don't even have Steve Harvey." And so we started doing these voice battles online during COVID, and I was kind of beating everybody. Because they didn't think they was like, I didn't know you had all these voices. I said, I've always had them. Jay Farrell, Affion Crockett, Aries, all have been on TV shows except me. SNL rejected me 3 times. Mad TV,
you auditioned for SNL?
What?
3 times?
You auditioned for fucking kids. It's so funny.
Okay.
Gabby makes me laugh.
Why?
Because I say something, you repeat it 3 times.
3 times? Oh my God!
Because I was an assistant. Like I auditioned. Remember when I first came from Chicago? It was the comic strip when Lucian was there,
right? And
it was me, Jimmy Fallon, Kevin James, Tracy Morgan, Macy. We had to do stand up in front of Lauren Michaels and all of them. Okay, packed room. I went up. They said we need 4 characters, 4 impersonations. It was 4 different. Yeah, and I did like 5 of them. I think I did Cosby. I did a bunch of these motherfuckers. I even did Johnny Carson, bro. I did Carson, and I got a standing ovation. This is me coming from Chicago, and I'm new. I'm not. And I get off, and I get a standing ovation. My managers at the time, my manager David just passed away last week, and he was like, "Dude, that was wow." He goes, "Dude, because you got to go and get a call back to go to the next phase." Yeah. I didn't even get a call back.
Nothing.
I didn't get. Wow. And you're coming from Chicago. You've grown up on Eddie Murphy, and I saw Eddie Murphy in concert in my college, and I was like, God damn! And think about that. You didn't get it, so I'm like down, like God damn. I did my best, So fine. They gave it to Tracy Morgan. It was Tracy and all. So I was like, wow, because I remember how I did, and so I didn't even understand it. So that that shit just weighs heavy on you for a while, So then I was like, okay. So remember T-Shawn Shannon?
Yeah.
See, people don't. T-Shawn Shannon, he was a writer on SNL.
Right. He wrote with Colin on Tough Crowd.
T-Shawn Shannon, who was a twin. And I go, T-Shawn, one day T-Shawn calls me, goes, Godfrey, man. I think he was from Texas. He goes, I want you to audition for SNL again, man. I said, man, hell no, dude. Fuck that shit. I am not doing it, T. I can't. No, that shit fucked me up. I was like, I can't, man. That shit was too much, man.
People don't realize that to get to that point, to finally get there, to hit a home run. That's like hitting a home run in the 9th inning, grand slam, and they don't let you win the game.
Right. Like
it's like you hit home plate and nobody's there. Right. Nobody's because the other team just won.
Yeah.
It's like, I just hit a grand slam.
Right. It doesn't
sold out. It don't count.
And what's fucked up is I said, T-Sean, I'll think about it. And then I kind of like blew it off. And then I did a table read with Colin Quinn. Remember, he was going to do something that Adam Sandler was going to produce. It was called St. Andrew's Bones. Were you there for that?
I don't think so.
It was St. Andrew's Bones. That's what it was called.
Which fucking infuriates me that Colin Quinn did something and didn't have me.
Well, Colin does a lot of shit. Doesn't include me either. So and then sometimes he does. So it's weird. So I get mad too. So Colin goes.
Touche. Very good.
He'll invite a lot of you to a lot of shit, and I'm never nothing. And Colin goes, Godfrey, I need you to read something. It's very important. You got like 5. You can do all those voices. I'm like, all right. So I go, all right. So I played 5 different characters. It's me, Tracy Morgan, Horatio Sands. We're at the SNL studios. And I'm at the studio like, wow, I've never been here, But I know that I got rejected, but I'm doing something for Colin. So I play a Dominican, an African. It's like a multicultural movie. And I'm playing all the voices. I even did a Russian dude. Boom. So I'm doing this shit, reading it with and I didn't realize, and I'm watching somebody read, and I'm like, wow, I didn't know they're not that great at reading. That's crazy. So I'm not going to mention it, but
Tracy,
who knows? So I'm sitting here doing my thing, and I go, and this lady comes up to me, blonde lady, Marcy Klein. Marcy?
Marcy.
Yeah.
Marcy goes, who are you? And I'm looking like, who the fuck you? Like, what the fuck did I do? I was like, who are you? She goes, after you finish, I need to talk to you. And I said, all right. And Colin goes, do you know what the fuck that is? That's fucking Marcy Klein. That Marcy doesn't do that kind of shit. That's Marcy Klein. I said, who the fuck is Marcy Klein? Calvin Klein's daughter. I said, okay, and so what? She's the one that gets people into fucking SNL. I said, oh, shit, I didn't know. Shit, okay. She goes, I need your information. I've been watching you switch voices. You are so da-da-da-da-da. This is when I was with William Morris, before they got together with the other group. And I said, okay. So I told my agents, they were like, you're kidding me. I said, no, some lady, blonde-haired lady came to me, blah, blah, blah. Okay, all right. Went, and then they went, I guess they did whatever they could do. Never got an answer again. Nothing happened. Nothing. Nothing. So I'm like,
wait a minute. Marcy Klein comes up to you.
Ask Colin.
And you, this is the suck part of the business. It should be in the union, right? That they have to call you and go, look, this happened. This is why you're not getting this is something. Somebody called me. Lauren called me and said, I don't like that guy. Whatever. You should be able to know why.
Yeah. It would. I wish that people could tell you why. That would be nice. It would help. See, that's the problem with our business is they don't let's say, even if it's a comedy club, just entertainment. Let somebody know something so you can work from that and go, oh, I get it. Or just say, you're not okay, cool. So I don't have to keep going over there.
Well, you understand that the people that they do pick for that show don't the audition didn't go good. They didn't know they don't even have to have, 3 original. They tell you to have 3 characters and 2 originals and, people don't even have those things. He just picks who he feels is the right choice.
Yeah. Well, as actors, when we audition, I'm just auditioning and doing what the fuck I need to do. I come from an athletic background. So it's like you come to practice, and if you do well, you get to start. If you don't do well, you might be the second string. That's how I go by. That's how I approached it. I go, I'm gonna just try to do my best. I don't know. That's logical to me. So
Can you do your Denzel real quick?
So if Denzel, he'd be like, so you didn't get the job? Is what are we going to do? We're going to practice our job, right? All right. You here, everybody in here knew exactly what he did. He did 4 characters. He did them all. He should have been on the show. You know what I mean? So
Denzel's my favorite actor in the fucking planet.
Yeah,
he's my favorite. It was Robert Duvall, but Robert Duvall's fucking drinking wine, eating pig somewhere. Denzel is my favorite.
He's the
fucking
baddest.
actor.
He's
that
the
was
baddest
great.
motherfucker. But
that was great. What would Denzel give Bobby Kelly advice in acting?
He's like, stop yelling. No, it's kidding. I know. He's like, no, Bobby, you're talented. You're talented. Just keep trying. I think you're going to be all right. All right. I got a project for you, but I just think, I think you just got to keep going. We got to man up. We're going to man up. We're going to man up.
Okay, Denzel. Okay.
Whatever you want, Denzel.
But even I met Denzel 4 times, okay? And I remember one time I was at this Nike thing and Denzel was on the wall. I said, yo, Mr. Washington said, wow. He goes like this. He's like, yeah, you're the comedian guy, right? Oh, yeah. I've seen you. Funny. You funny. I was like, fuck. That was cool. Me and Artie met him another time right after trading day at a party because Denzel used to be at the same parties we were at sometimes. And he would just be with his little hat and shit. And he'd just be like chilling. I was like, yo, this fucking diva. But other than that, then I said, okay, that was another rejection. Like I said, wow, I don't know what it is, man. And I didn't, that was Marcy Klein approaching me. You know what I mean? Nothing happened. So I was already like, all right, enough. Cause everybody would come up to me. How come you're not on SNL? You should be on. Then Jamie Masada from the Laugh Factory.
Hey, buddy. You go up after Dane Cook, okay? Dane Cook will be for you. He doesn't want to follow you, okay, buddy?
Listen, buddy. He said, we have SNL is coming to Laugh Factory. I need you, buddy. You are too talented, buddy, to come to, you have to come to LA. I fly you out. You have to audition. I know you can do it. I said, Jamie, I've been rejected by them. I'm good on that. He said, buddy, listen. It's okay. You have the talent, buddy. Don't waste. Come to LA. It's very good. I know they produce. I know everybody produce it. I said, fuck, man. So then I didn't go. I said, I'm not doing it. So they gave it to Finesse Mitchell that year.
Oh, so you could have got it maybe.
I don't know. It's just Jamie talking. I mean, come on. I was with Marcy Klein was in my face and I couldn't. Come on, bro. So, and then I said, no more SNL shit, but it would even, remember when Dane Cook was in his Dane Cook days where he was just like, Dane, it was, remember he would walk around us with his hat down. I go, Dane, we know you. What are you doing? That was just, I had to live through that shit. And so even Dane Cook one day.
I can't really fault him because I remember when I booked my first LA pilot and we were shooting it. And I was out in San Diego and it was a Sunday and I went to the mall and I put my hat down and I had sunglasses on, like people going to recognize me, but it was a pilot. Like, so
stupid.
It never aired. So the only people that would have recognized me was the sound guy or the key grip or the catering lady. So I was a douche. I was like walking around. I was like, hey, can I see those sneakers?
Dane Cook's like this. Yo, what's up, bro? What's up, bro? Dane goes, one day Dane just goes, I don't get it. How come you're not on SNL? Even Dane, out of his Dane-ish, was like, how come you're not on SNL? I go, fuck, I don't fucking know, dude. He goes, that doesn't make any sense. He's like, and then my new manager that I still have, actually, he was like, one day he goes, why don't you, he's a goofy little white, he's like, why don't you do that SNL? You'd be great on it. I said, Karen, listen.
Who's your manager? Fucking Lenny Marcus?
Dude, I swear to God, if you met him, you'd be like, God damn. like, what did you, why did you? And he goes, just, I know the guy at the man. I was like, dude, they don't fuck with me, dog. Period. So then, bang, he tells me, just do some characters and I'm going to give it the week with there. And so So I go, all right, I'm gonna do some throwaway bullshit. And I gave him, he goes, man, those were awesome. I'm gonna send it to him.
I want to meet this guy.
I'll wait till you meet him. And he's funny too. And he sent him nothing. They were like, no. I said, I told you, I don't know what it is. And then Daryl Hammond called me over. Well, you know Daryl, when he's the man in black.
Oh, dude, we were in Houston one time. It was 111 out. I was in front of the hotel. He walks out in a black suit with a black hat.
Yeah.
And he goes, how you doing? And I went off on this thing for like 10 minutes. I was going through the shit. And I was talking to him. He just sit there. And I had a hat on. And then he said nothing. He looks at me and he takes a puff of a cigarette. He goes, do you wear a hat on stage? And I was like, what? Fucking gotta go.
Daryl Hammond literally goes, he goes, Godfrey, I've been wanting to talk to you for a while, I go, what's up? We've done shows with him at the Cellar thousands of times.
Sweet guy.
He goes, and I just did his podcast. Have you done it yet?
No.
Yeah,
no.
It's like he goes, do you remember 1998 when you were auditioning for the blah, 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 this SNL? I said, yeah, motherfucker. He goes, I was there. I was sitting right next to Lorne Michaels, and I remember what you did. I said, I gotta say, he goes, you were the coldest shit. That was the best shit the whole night. It was a wrap. And he goes, when you were on stage, I knew you weren't gonna get it after that shit.
Why?
He broke that shit down to me, and he gave me closure finally.
What? Wait, give it for the extra 10.
I'll wait.
No, I'm kidding. No, fuck that. Do it. I'm kidding. I was kidding. No, tell me.
Daryl just told me, he said, man, I'm just saying. He goes, you were too good. He's like, yeah. He said, Dad, you were too good, man. Like, I'll tell you some other shit after that, but yeah, he's like, you were too good. It was too polished, I go, I was just doing comedy. I've only been doing comedy only 2 or 3 years. He goes, I'm telling you, you were the strongest thing there. I said, I was there. You blew that shit away. I remember. Dude, he said it like it was yesterday. He described everything. And he said, I knew you weren't gonna, and I'll explain it to you off. I'm not saying it on here.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Will you say it on my Patreon when only paid people can see it?
Maybe I'll say it. Yeah, I think maybe I'll do it like that. Yeah, but
before we,
but it was closure though. I got closure to it.
Good.
I was like, okay, cool. I'm not fucking with that anymore.
You got inside. You got in the fucking into the Mason Club. You got into the Illuminati. You got into the fucking where you're not supposed to see. Right?
Right.
Yeah. We're not supposed.
Dad, this is the reason. I said, oh,
fuck.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, all right, but at least it was closure because it was too weird. Because I know, what's her name? Villasenor is a friend of mine.
Melissa,
I've done shows with her in Montreal, and she used to call me to help her with jokes. She's like, Godfrey, I'm trying to work on this joke, the little voice. And it's like, I don't want to be goofy. So I would help her with jokes. Right. And she tried out for SNL like 4 times and made it. She tried out a lot of times. I was like, good for you. I'm glad.
Didn't Kristen Wiig audition 4 times too?
I guess probably. I don't know. I mean, I know.
Oh, don't ruin this with a white lady struggling 4 times and then finally making it. The fuck is wrong with you? Didn't Kristen Wiig do that too? It happens to everybody. This is a very common thing, Godfrey. That was such an epic
white lady
I
like
spend
Kristen
anything
Wiig.
in an hour, okay?
Kristen Wiig is hot too, and it's like, no, she didn't struggle.
I'm sorry, Gabby.
Jesus Christ.
Kristen Wiig is hot, so.
I'm sorry. I apologize. That was just such an epic.
I'm listening. I'm laughing at everyone's jokes, and then I say one thing.
Well, if you weren't fucking a call girl, why is there a bed in you behind you? What are you doing?
This is my room. I live in I have a roommate.
You look like a fucking like one of those cam girls.
Yeah. Oh, right.
You have Christmas lights behind you.
Yeah, well, I'm fucking Saint Nicky.
What the fuck?
Hey, Godfrey, I want to talk to you something. We're going to get into why you haven't been on my podcast in the extra 10. Again, Mush, bring that up. He is on Netflix right now on a fucking listen, you got to go check it out. Everybody on there fucking deserves this shot. Hilarious. Tiffany Haddish is right now. Ready.
Shout out to Tiffany Haddish. And by the way, a shout out to Wanda Sykes' company, who also produced it, and Paige, her producing partner, who was also a comedian for a long time. And that was filmed outside, by the way. We were outdoors.
It's great. Dean Edwards. I love Dean.
Dean Edwards.
Dean was on SNL for a minute.
Yeah, he was. Sure was.
Who's that guy next to you again? I forget his name.
That's Alex Thomas.
Alex Thomas. Okay.
He was warming up the show, getting the crowd ready. He's a very that's one of Will Smith's best friends. He punched up a lot of Will Smith's movies and stuff like that.
Wow. Tony Woods. I mean, nobody has ever made me laugh. Hanging out with Tony Woods before and after a show. There's been nobody. I mean, I can't say how he just kills me. He turns me into a square. Around everybody else, I'm a comic. I'm in there getting around Tony Woods. I'm a regular person just laughing like an audience member.
And he talks in code too. You're like, "Hey, shorty, let me take." What?
Yeah.
What did you say, Tony? I'm just saying, Godfrey, go Godfrey. Remember that? Yeah. And so, bam, bam, shabba bam, shabba doo, shabba bam. What?
But you so make sure you check that out. Check it out. It's on Netflix now, Godfrey, and go to his Instagram. His Instagram is fucking blowing up.
Comedian Godfrey's my Instagram, but if you just type in Godfrey, that pops up even quicker, which is great.
I actually looked for our I looked for our the thing we did for your Instagram. You took it off.
What?
Oh.
What?
The video we did for your Instagram. Remember that one up in Montreal?
No.
We did a video. I'm telling you right now.
I don't like the way you're looking around and just fucking talking to me like that.
Somebody told you that shit was not on brand. Somebody told you that was not on brand. I'm looking at my mouse pad died and I needed to get to your stupid fucking Instagram. Somebody the Instagram with me and you that was on your Instagram that was supposed to blow me up, that was supposed to get people over to my shit. Okay. You deleted. You took it off, which fucking
no. I must have made a new. I think I made a new account.
What the that? First of all, I don't like that because I can't even check on that. Like I can't even investigate that horse shit. I mean, you fucking deleted it. You took it down because it wasn't getting enough heat.
No, that's not it. We can do it. Listen, my numbers are good now. We can do something now.
What the fuck does now mean? What the fuck? On the way up? You don't want a chubby fucking Italian guy?
No, I actually want a chubby Italian guy. It's going to be great.
Oh, God, dude. All right, well, you do this other thing because I've been watching, I'm watching your career. I love when you get stuff and I can see like, your Instagram, you said it yourself. You said, fuck it, I'm going to do my thing. I don't care. I'm just doing what I do, what I want to do, and I'm going to go get people into my social media. That's my thing. And then you had a show. You did a show on Sirius. You have your own podcast now. And you also did this thing on Vlad TV, which you were on all the fucking time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, they have all these really famous people on this podcast.
Mainly
right?
African-American like artists and stuff like that.
Of course, yeah. And then you were on all the time.
Yeah.
And you see, which I love, the vlogs from Vlad, which you gave me shit for.
The hell?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did that gross you out? I apologize.
Say excuse me at least.
Excuse me to both of you fucking asses.
Thank you.
I apologize. I'm drinking bubbly.
I don't care. We appreciate that. Get some decorum in your life. Thanks.
Thanks.
Yo, Vlad.
You think? Yeah, I have a question for you too, Vlad. Go ahead, Vlad. Tell me.
Vlad is a Ukrainian Jewish cat. I thought he was a black guy because he interviews you and he's not on camera. And I thought this whole time, I thought he was a black dude. And so I would watch, a lot of the Vlads. I would see Redman and different rappers on there. And they always had like Italian mobsters on there. It was like weird. So I'd be like, yo, these interviews are cool. They're candid. You can say whatever the fuck you want. Then
I could tell he wasn't a black guy. He was too nasally to be a black guy.
There's some nasally
Godfrey.
black people.
Godfrey.
There are black people that talk like that. I thought he was black because of all the African Americans.
Right. He had a lot of black people.
So I said, maybe he's a black dude. So, and then it's so funny because we knew some of the same people. When I was on Sirius XM, I knew a guy that was producing on my show. He knew Vlad. He goes, yo, that would be a good look. You should try. I know Vlad. So then he got in touch with them. Vlad said, oh, I'm a big fan of that guy. And then come to find out, his wife, who's black, I used to mess with her in New York. So before she married him. It's weird because I used to date her. And because when I did Vlad, she called me and said, hey, you're doing really well. Vlad. I said, what the fuck are you talking about? How do you know Vlad? Oh, that's my husband. That's who I married. I said, oh, shit. You married that motherfucker? I was like, oh, damn. So
he looks like Barry Katz's younger brother, by the way.
Oh, Godfrey, this is great. Doing a fucking podcast with my brother. So I go. So Vlad really was great because I was like a staple on there. I got a lot of numbers. My numbers changed. Demographic changed. Everybody was watching. It was like television. And so then I fell out with Vlad. Not fell out, but he just made he just kind of disrespected a particular leader in the African American community. And I said, why don't you just apologize, dude? You said you lied on him. Just, and so Vlad didn't want to do that. And so I was like, well, we gotta kind of part ways, bro. Because you can't get mad at Nick Cannon when he brings up Jewish stuff. You're mad at him. But then when you say something about our folks, then you're not apologizing for it, but you're making money off us. I said, I gotta go, dude.
Wow. Did other people follow with that?
Yeah, a lot of people did. Because it's Minister Farrakhan, and I don't care. Listen, I'm not a Muslim. None of that. But you lied on him. Even if I listen to Rush Limbaugh and I lie on him, I owe the guy an apology if he didn't say some shit that I said.
Right.
If I go, Rush Limbaugh said burn all black people and he didn't say that, I owe the motherfucker an apology. He did not say that. He didn't say what you said, Vlad, and you lied. And then Vlad goes, well, I put out a statement. I go, your statement was like the statement of a fucking technical difficulty, bro. You should have said sorry to him. And to top it off is that you've interviewed people from the Nation of Islam. They've given you interviews and they've given you security on the street. They protect them on the street. And then you lie on the leader of the people that give you security, dude. As a man, as just logical, you go, oh man, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done it. And that's it. But
why wouldn't he? That doesn't make sense to me because he seems like a logical guy.
Right.
I love his interviews are really good.
Very good.
He really gets into stuff and people open up to him and they're always on the verge of he gets stuff out of people that you probably would be hard to get out of people and they're always kind of on the verge of dangerous. Right. And sometimes it's like whoa.
Sometimes they get arrested for shit.
So sometimes it's crazy, right? And even with you, I like when you're on what's his name?
Lord
Spears.
Spears.
I like Spears. Jamar, because they go into some deep shit that that you probably shouldn't know. This is shit you talk about with your friends, but they'll be like, fuck it, let's go.
And even with the racial shit, it's not this. I don't feel like talking. It's like he likes when we go all in, and I go, and me and Lord Jamar. That's just so funny because I do Lord Jamar's podcast. It's called the Godcast, and we called Vlad and said, hey, Vlad, are you going to, we're not going to talk about you behind your back and that bullshit. We're going to tell you to your face, you owe him an apology. And he didn't do it and says, well, we're out, man. You can't get mad. You're mad at Nick Cannon. When Nick Cannon used to do his show, Nick Cannon said something about the Jewish community, and then they all came down on him. He almost lost Wildin' Out and all this other shit. And then you say something about folks that black people revere, and you don't apologize for that. And you're making money off of black culture. We're like, I gotta go, dude, because I was getting pressured by the Nation of Islam because they love
the Nation of Islam call you.
They fucking called me. They fucking DM'd me. They said, and they were very like, brother, we just need to talk to you about a couple things. I said, oh shit,
that's the scariest shit to me if I ever go.
Oh, Elijah Farrakhan, his grandson was like, brother, have you seen Elijah Farrakhan? He's a jujitsu master. He's like,
Mush, bring him up.
Elijah Farrakhan. Bring up Elijah Farrakhan. Bring up Elijah Farrakhan. And you know when people talk to you calmly?
See, it's Mush. It's going to take a couple minutes.
Yeah. Oh, his name's Mush.
Yeah. No, he's in a snowstorm in San Antonio.
Is it Mush? Because Mush in French is a fly. So
no, he's not a fly.
Mush, like Mush. When you say Mush, it's like a fly.
And that's because I know the reason why you know French is because you banged a French chick back at the
Remember Olivia?
Oh, do I remember Olivia?
She was French and Italian, yeah.
Yeah, there's many girls that you were with, and then I was with after you, and I asked them. I asked them the same question.
Other French girl whose father was an architect. That was the other French girl who worked.
Very loud girl.
Yeah. Oh, she was like. But
I had sex with her, and she was loud. Holy shit! That looks. Are you sure she? Oh my God. You sure that's not the Janet Jackson Rhythm Nation video?
No.
I'm joking. Wow, that guy looks like he could fucking hurt somebody.
Yeah. So he's a good dude, very nice guy. He goes, that's FOI, Fruit of Islam. So he said, and they all said, brother, we love what you do for us. We love your comedy. We're big fans. We just got to talk to you about this Vlad situation. I said, yes, sir. I said, boy. And then we had a conference call, me, Lord, a bunch of us. And I don't know if you know who Royce the 5'9" is. That's Eminem's Eminem's boy, and Eminem. He's a rapper, real sick rapper from Detroit. Royce the 5'9", Royce DA59, Royce the 5'9". That's Eminem's camp. All right, and Eminem, and he called.
I don't know him.
I know.
I'm acting like I do. I'm pausing so I can Google, but I apologize.
He was in the Zeppelin. He was in Zeppelin. He was the guitarist for Led Zeppelin. You don't remember that guy?
That's Jimmy Page. I know exactly.
I know. You know Jimmy Page. What about Boston? He was in Boston. He grew Boston.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I know them. I saw them 3 times.
He was the bassist for Judas Priest. You know what I mean? That's Royce the 5'9". So he's from Detroit. That's Eminem's one of his best friends.
Are there any rappers that take fun photos?
Like a goofy one?
Is that against rap?
Nah, not with the black man. There's too much shit going on, brother.
All right.
Time for that bullshit. So that's why we take photos like this. Take the photo. My next album is called "Fuck You, Man."
It's a lot of serious faces. I mean,
there's never going to be a.
You're going to be the head. You're going to be the head.
Is that Drake's new album?
Yeah, rubber chicken. Like,
look, I just took over the Islam, the
it's like this.
Brotherhood.
This is my second album, Killers. Yeah, but they all just like everybody just sent me messages and say, "Hey, we need to talk." And I said, "No, morally, it's the right thing to do. I'd rather have the Nation of Islam on my side than Vlad."
So you're done with Vlad?
Just not, and we're not beefing. I just said I just got to separate as far as business wise and just image wise.
But is there a way that if he was wrong that he could actually now be like, look what I said, blah blah blah, or is it too late?
This is 3 months, bro. Like, what do you want? Wait, no, fuck that. January 1st. This is like almost 5 months, my friend. Like you had a chance, you had a window, but it'll look. Maybe if your numbers went down, then you say, sorry, maybe your numbers aren't. But he's all about numbers. He don't really care. So, hey, man, it's a business.
Isn't everybody? Dude, I've had people, friends of mine, people I've helped out, people I was there for at the beginning. I helped out a lot of fuckers. And then they were told, or they told his numbers and cancel my podcast. Don't do my. It's like, go fuck yourself. You think I do this podcast because I'm here I'm here because I like doing this.
Yeah,
I've liked doing podcasting before any of you fucks.
You did it way before everybody.
I never did it for something. I did it because I liked it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I helped a bunch of you motherfuckers.
Do you got people who kind of turn their back on you?
I have a lot of people that turn their back on me.
That's so fucking whack, though. It's fucking
I have a lot
pussies.
of people.
Fuck them.
And I turned my back on you at around 10 years ago. And I'll tell you why right now.
Are you going to tell me finally?
Oh, I'm going to tell you right now, right on air, only for patreon.com/Robert Kelly. Please check out Godfrey's new special produced by Tiffany Haddish and Wanda Sykes. They Ready. It's on Netflix. It is fucking great. He is hands down. If I had to pick a team, he's on it. He's top 5 player. Comedy team, he's on it. We're winning fucking every Super Bowl there is. Tony Woods. Just, you got to check it out. Gabby, what do you got besides a fucking seductive looking bed that you can lure middle-aged men into and make around $250 a night?
Hell yeah.
$250? That's it? What the fuck?
I told you, you're a Jersey 6.
I'm a Jersey 10. For the last time, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Gabby is Brian. I have a comedy newsletter every month. You could subscribe with the link in my bio. And that's it. Oh, I have a podcast called Unabashed Podcast.
Godfrey, what would you rate her from 1 to 10?
10.
Look at those.
I'm fresh out of the shower. Don't look at my hands. I have bad hands. I'll admit it.
Oh, see, the hands would have gotten you a 10. I'll say
10. I have a rockin' body. 10.
Why don't we go by grades, like A plus B?
Okay, yeah. She'd be an okay Mexican restaurant in L.A.
What the fuck?
A B plus.
Nice B minus.
Minus.
Because your hands are fucked up.
They're just big. Okay.
Mush at Mike V Suarez. Mush, what do you got, buddy? All right, Mush passed out. He's not there. My producer's not there.
I think his microphone.
I think it's my. Okay, Mush. Well, the timing is really awful. You all right, buddy?
I'm sorry. No, I'm streaming from the car because I don't have internet in my house.
That's hilarious.
Oh shit! All right, Mush. What do you got? You got a podcast with Greg Stone?
Oh yeah, Mr. Ridiculous. Talking about nerd stuff. Talk about the upcoming JLA Insider Cut.
All right, I want you guys to check it out and make sure you check me out, robertkellylive.com. I am booked all through March, half of April. I'm Mohegan Suns, the beginning of March. I'm going to Utah.
Nice.
I'm going to Uncle Vinny's.
Nice.
I'm going all over the fucking place.
Isn't that
and
nice?
I will be in Aruba next week. If you guys want to fly down, go to my Instagram. You guys get sick rates. I think it's $89 a night or something at the Hilton. It's only $300 to fly. Get the fuck down if you want to come. I want to thank all the ladybugs. We are not leaving. We are staying for the extra 10 right now for Patreon members only. So if you're a member of the Patreon, here we go. All you guys are going to get this. Why I kicked fucking Godfrey. Not off, but I never asked him.
I never noticed it.
We'll see you guys next week. You know what, dude? Later.
You've been listening to the YKWD podcast. Thanks for listening. Now go back to your shitty jobs.